I like smaller phones, but compact phones always had two compromises: a small battery and crap house cameras. Not the Xiaomi 15 or Xiaomi 15, which literally has a bigger battery than this massive ass S25 Ultra.
I'm going to take one.
Okay, all right, yeah, you go down.
Subscribe.
Whoa. Cool. This looks really cool.
Can I give this to my mom?
Your mum, yeah, you can try. I don't think your mum wants it. I wanted to use it daily as my primary phone for over 2 months before making this review. I'll cover the incredible camera experience, problems I've had with it, HyperOS 2 software experience, battery life, and see if the Xiaomi 15 fixed all the minor gripes that ruined the Xiaomi 14 for me. Let's just start with how this thing feels. I like the new direction that they took. Matte back, matte sides, slightly curved edge, weighty in the hand. I love it. Right away, when you unlock the phone, these bezels are incredibly tiny. I love these war on bezels that these brands are having, because the S25 Ultra feels like the thinnest bezels I've ever seen. I mean, this is not a scientific test, but it is pretty equal. This is probably the most iPhone feeling Android phone I've ever felt. iPhones feel very good. You know what? Let's actually go get my wife's iPhone. Honey, can I borrow your iPhone for a second? I just want to feel it for a bit. Ooh, okay, this is the first time holding an iPhone butt naked in a while. Yeah, it feels good. It feels very dense, solid. I mean, it is titanium versus aluminium, but they're both very similar size, by the way. If I did a blind, I actually might not know the difference. You know, I like how the iPhone looks and feels. Whoa, shit. Here are some complaints I've had with the previous Xiaomi 14. I didn't like the flashbang fingerprint sensor. It's now fixed with an ultrasonic fingerprint reader. Having no native way to dim the screen. Fixed with HyperOS 2. I absolutely hated the ads. Now fixed with HyperOS 2. Oh my gosh. They still have ads. But the fact that this phone ticks the boxes of the two major problems with small phones is absolutely incredible. The global version has a 5,240 milliamp hour battery, which is bigger than the 5,000 milliamp hours you find in the S25 Ultra. Now the China version has 5,400 milliamp hours. And now this thing also has a Snapdragon 8 Elite, which is efficient. This phone's gonna go for ages. And it does. On the topic of battery, I took this Xiaomi 15 to a recent business trip, which started at 5 a.m. Took an Uber to the airport. I checked emails, scripts, and shoot schedule on the way. I used Google Wallet on Xiaomi for the boarding pass, checked my luggage, and jumped on the plane. I was meant to do this awesome DeX testing on the plane, but I forgot my extra glasses, so I just wrote scripts on my Xiaomi instead. I landed in Brisbane and had about 84%. Not bad. Did my shoot, had some beer. It's now 5:44 p.m. and I'm on 53%. Not bad considering I've been tethering my laptop from it during the whole shoot. 9 p.m. and we're sitting at 34%. That's not bad. 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. What an absolute insane day. Not to mention, this thing still has the insane 90 watt boost charging and 50 watt wireless charging. So this has a brighter peak brightness that can cover a little bit more of the screen at 3200 nits. Again, impressive on paper, but in reality, sustained peak brightness seems about the same as the Pixels and the S25s and all that stuff. It has an even more color accurate 12-bit panel. Can someone fact check me? I checked on a couple places and it says it has a 12-bit panel. That is mental. Problem is this, I am colorblind. So I see the world in probably 6-bit. Okay, I see only 1,256 colors. That's all I could see. So I don't give a rat's ass about that. All right, let's talk about cameras. Jeez, this is more of a camera than it is a phone. Well, that's what the Xiaomi 14 was like for me. I treated that more like a camera. So whenever I was going out on a picnic or going to my mom's place, I would bring that Xiaomi 14, chuck it on that fast charger, you know, chuck a piss, and that's it. I'm ready to go. Whereas this thing is kind of like, yes, it's a camera still, very good one, but it's also a very good phone. So this is kind of like the ultimate form for Xiaomi's entry-based model, which I love. This has a very, very fun shooting experience, especially in HyperOS 2. They refined it and the experience is great. A better shooting experience doesn't always equate to higher picture quality. It's not as consistent as the iPhone 16 Pros or the Pixels or the S25 Ultras. They happen to be consistent, but consistently boring. Whereas this thing just takes it up 10 notches. You know what I mean? Every time you take a photo, I'm telling you, man, they're sending the photos over to China and someone is editing them before sending them over. Especially people that have been shooting iPhone photos for their whole life would look at the photos on this, take the photos side by side and be like, wow, that looks mad. I have a question for you, my lovely wife.
Huh?
Can you come into where the lighting is a little bit better, please? What is your thoughts about this Xiaomi 15?
It's a camera.
Basically.
Yes, it's a Leica.
What do you like about the camera?
The filter, the color. I was actually look online to see how much Leica is, because everyone was like, "Oh, Leica's so cool." So I thought,
Yeah.
not for me.
Not for
And so
you,
got
but this is cool.
And he showed me the photos, and it looked amazing. I like
Would you use it though?
Not as a phone, no.
Bro! Now, once you take the photo, the editing in the native gallery app is really fun too. There is, like, every option that's on here in that editing is just pure joy for someone who likes taking photos. Every filter, grain effect, beauty features for wife, adding like a darker eyebrow for my wife's head. All of that, I'd rather have it than not have it. I believe the Leica and Xiaomi collab is what saves this phone. Even though most of the camera hardware is actually very similar to the Xiaomi 14. The main camera and sensor, it's the same. So the key difference will be the telephoto lens. It's actually down from 3.6 to 2.6 times, but it's a much newer sensor. You get more details out of it, and I've done a lot of testing with it. I can't really tell the difference, to be honest, but they say it's better. And the ultra wide is basically the same sensor, but a different lens, I guess, because it's got a wider field of view. Okay, so the video recording isn't its strong suit.
Papa, climb down.
Climb down where?
Climb down so we go.
Yeah, it seems like it doesn't know what it wants to do with exposure. It's all over the place. It's a bit jumpy. I prefer the Pixels, even the Galaxy phones and all that when it comes to video recording. I feel like they put in a lot more resources and energy and focus on the camera experience. Because I didn't complain about HyperOS 1's camera experience, but they made it even better here. Is there AI features? There are. I haven't used any of them except the editing AI features. And I absolutely love being able to generate. I want a 9:16 for Instagram stories. I want to create extra pixels above me and below me, go. And it just does it like magic. Even if you've added in film grain and all these effects, it somehow knows and it puts it in. It's just like Photoshop, to be honest, but it's built into the phone and I love it. Every Instagram story that I've done in the past 2 months have been using that AI feature and I absolutely love it. Now, here's the problem. If you're not into cameras, if you don't know what a Fuji X100 is, you don't know what Leica is, and you don't care, even if you know, you don't care about those things, then I don't know. I just don't think this would be a good experience like it is for me because I am a geek. I love that stuff. And because I have a thing for Fujis and Leicas, and I've also got a thing for phones, this does both. Give me a second, my friend's calling me. Yo, I'm recording a video. Do you guys want to hear the speaker quality? Yeah, I'm at home. How do I sound, by the way?
Sounds the same. Sounds pretty normal.
That's good. That means it's good. How is this HyperOS 2? Much improved. It's almost as if they've watched all the complaints about HyperOS 1 and just made a checklist. You can finally open the camera with double lock press anywhere. And there's little things, it might have been available in HyperOS 1, but you got this awesome side dock thing to quickly open multiple apps in mini windows, make them full screen by swiping down or closing them by swiping up. There are these fancy ass animated wallpapers and stuff, but I turned them off after 2 days because I prefer seeing my fat babies instead. Oh, and I love swiping down on the left side of the screen for notifications and swiping down on the right side anywhere for a quick settings. I keep trying to do this when I'm on One UI 7 and I'm like, whoa, I actually missed that feature. And I like, being able to turn off the torch by hitting the lock after you're done with the torch. It just seems like they've refined every little thing, like to be animated, to look nice and feel nice. The haptics work alongside all of those animations. So everything you do, everything you touch, pinch, poke, pull, back, whatever you do has a haptic for it. Pretty cool. Let's go over some annoying things about this. The widget selecting thing. At least the OnePlus 13's widgets were in alphabetical order. This thing ain't even in alphabetical order. Like, check it out. Now, it looks like there's a search button. But this is just to search for the Xiaomi apps that not a single person is using, okay? So here we go, Android widgets, this is what I want. First of all, still looks like ass. And it's not even in alphabetical order, look at this. Quick functions, clock, calculator, notes. What is this? Dude, clearly they didn't put one human being to go and test this feature. Oh, and another thing, the gallery app, which I've got in this dock here. The gallery app syncing all the Google photos into my normal gallery app. This is freaking annoying. I told it to stop syncing 10 years ago and it's still syncing. Download automatically off. 30,000. It's still syncing. I turned it off and it's still syncing. So that's about it when it comes to software. I don't have anything else to rant about. Whilst writing the script for this video, I did not know that ads was still a thing for HyperOS 2 and Xiaomi 15 because for the first 3-4 weeks I actually saw no ads, so I put that in the script, and when I went to film the B-roll for it, an ad popped up. I jumped on Twitter and I asked, my Xiaomi users, please let me know how to get rid of the ads. And they sent me these articles and stuff like that. I followed them and it worked. All right, so the first thing you want to do is go into settings, tap on privacy protection password, and then tap on authorization and revocation, and then turn off this thing called MSA. You will still see the ads, even if you turn that off. So what you got to do is you got to restart your phone. If there was no way to turn off these ads, bro, this review would have been different. When it comes to hardware, as much as I love how this thing feels and all that, I think it's not thermally managed properly. You know what, let's actually do a heat test. I'm gonna actually charge both this one and the OnePlus, and let's do a scientific freaking test, like right now, let's go. Super VOOC charging. Let's plug this bad boy in. So this is at 63%, this is at 43%. Set a timer for 10 minutes. I literally just took a 7-minute shower. So let's actually have a look. Fondle test to see how hot I feel it is. Woo! Yeah, it's cooking. This is cooking. Oh, this is hot too, but not as hot as this. So the Xiaomi is 41 degrees, 38, 37. So the Xiaomi is at 90% and the OnePlus 13 is at 70%. This is crazy. 10 minutes. I'll let you guys know if it blows up next year. Okay. I'm pretty sure making the phone that hot every time you charge the phone isn't good for the battery, but whatever, I'm gonna keep doing that. I'm only gonna super fast charge this phone. Only time will tell because the tech is only 1-2 years old right now. And that's probably why that the Samsungs, the Apples and the Googles aren't rushing to this technology. On the topic of heat, when I do gaming, it's surprising that this thing can do a more consistent 60 frames per second than the OnePlus 13. Which is mind-blowing because this is much smaller. But I think what they're doing is they are pushing the thermal envelope higher. So they're allowing the chipset to get much hotter than the other phones. I'm always cooling my phone, so I've got like a cooler thing on the thing. So for me, I'm fine with it. This phone ticks so many boxes for me. Compact size, tick. Premium comfy feel, tick. Good cameras, tick. No small phone compromises, tick. What is your weakness? I don't know. I actually don't know. Yeah, it heats up a bit. Could that be a weakness? I don't know. Thank you, Xiaomi, for giving us these little phones every year. This might be my small Android phone of choice.
Subscribe. Thank you for watching video.